Alright, welcome back to the Asia Podcast. Today we're going to talk about the track selection for all Winter Leagues. Thanks for Omega Miz for suggesting it. Woo, I like the idea. I could bring like Craftyz, Alesandro, Lapis, Jolly on, but that sounds like a lot of work. And I don't know. I'm going to send this to them before I make this public. Just to make sure like they're okay with everything I say and stuff like that, and if they have any things that they would want to interject and stuff, I don't know, I might edit it in, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll, like, you know what, nah, if they throw enough of a fit, then maybe I'll set something up, or we can set the time, or even, like, record it together or something, I don't know. Yeah, so, I mean, that being said, this is all gonna be said, like, from my POV, but not only that, like, also from my memory, and those who know me will know I like to say a lot that my memory is not very good, because it isn't. So, yeah, so take that with a grain of salt. So yeah, of course, hold on, so let's start with OS1. So, I wasn't very involved with track selection for OS1. I was kind of just, like, on the staff team mainly for, like, setting up, like, the time trial systems and stuff, because it was also command block based back then, and I was like the guy who made the command block system and like who knew how to use it and stuff. So that's what I was mainly there for. I didn't really have much say in the choices of the tracks. I was kind of just a helper. That being said, there was one thing I decided, which was Cyber World, because they approached me and they were like, "Yeah, you want to use one of your tracks," and then they were like, "You're gonna use Midgar Circuit for the main calendar," and I was like, that'd be awesome. And I thought about it and I was like, I mean, I am making this track called Cyber World that's literally meant for racing, so like, yeah, go ahead and use Cyber World. And then they used Cyber World, and I think that was a really good decision. I'm happy that we went with that. But yeah, I mean, that's about the extent of it, I think. Yeah, so I will say, I think the track choices were a lot more about, like, let's bring everyone together. Let's, like, show off all of boat racing at the time, right? Because we had a BRWC rep, we had an FC1 rep, we had a Mario Kart rep. I think they also just wanted to use this just because, like, they worked really hard on it. Like, I knew Alessandro was like, yeah, no, we're using this, like, no matter what. Akira plays mid track, Odeja soft track, and then a track from Alessandro and a track from Craftyz, right? So it's kind of like, you know, of course, you know, like, the two co-creators of the league, and then also just, like, a bunch of, like, tracks from around the community, to showcase, like, all over the place. So that's, I think, why I chose those. I will say, like, I think Monza at the time was, like, regarded as the best FC1 track, because, like, I think around then, like, we had a race in FC1, and, like, all, like, the good drivers had a really, really good time. Like, we were, like, it was, like, back then we had, like, really bad boat control. We had, like, no, like, respect for, like, back markers, as in, like, we wouldn't respect their space, we just drive right into them and just die. So, like, that kind of respect is what I mean, right? Like, we would just kind of drive into them and die. But, like, we were overtaking back markers left and right in that race. Like, we got like, way more overtakes than ever, like, we would normally ever get. So, like, we were like, oh my god, that race is awesome, this track's awesome. So that might be one of the reasons why it was chosen. Boat Park, I don't know. I, like, if I were back then choosing, like, from the BRWC tracks at the time, I probably also would have chosen Boat Park. But yeah. Then Coconut Mall race, I think we worked really hard on it. There's a big community effort of, like, 5 people in the community, which was a lot for the time. And, like, you know, yeah, I also helped, I think, with the command blocks, and that was something else I helped with other than awful guy spam. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna go too far into it. I think because again, I wasn't on, like, the team, like, to choose tracks. Otherwise, there were these ones. So they chose to use Midgar for TT quality instead of main season. I might have suggested that. Fulfills your fantasy. That's crazy. It has not fulfilled their fantasy. I think people were dreading this track. I think people hated this track. Because yeah, so then there were like test track, ABG test track. This was at Spawn, like an old ABG server before ABG and Frostix combined. This was like at Spawn. This is like the Spawn track. So I was like representing ABG, I think, or something like that. And I don't know, it was like the easy track choice, right? Then there was Istanbul, which was just like a medium track. I feel like I might have helped with these quality track choices. Maybe maybe I did. Again, I don't have good memory. I don't remember this. But like, I feel like I might have. I don't know. This is like a good medium skill level track, like representative of like FC1 track styles, right? And then there was Midgard, which, like I said, was chosen instead of Cyberworld, right? Or yeah. And then Thunder Ring was just like, I don't remember. It was a test race basically to make sure the command block system worked and stuff. Maybe it was chosen because of wide variety of corners. Maybe it was just chosen because it was there. I don't remember. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how that happened, I think. In retrospect, I mean, like, of course, choking them all is like, bro, what the, like, what? I think the sands were way different back then, and the racing was way different back then. I think overtaking was probably still a problem. Well, no, I mean, like, okay, of the overtakes I remember, there was me getting bumped by Zervius in No Name, and that Renault overtake in terms of like that position, because he was like a different pit strategy or something. Actually, I don't know if I want to go into this. It seems like a lot of thinking. I think I might as well move on. Like, yeah. So I mean, like, obviously, like, this calendar is like really weird. Like, if we did this today, it would be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. So that's OS1. Then there was OS2. Yeah. Like, so, like, again, like, season 1, like, OS1 was, like, much more, why is there chicken? Much more about, like, showing off tracks from all over the community, right? OS2, I was a part of the decision process, kind of. Well, so, okay, so what I learned, one thing that I was sad about at the time was, like, Alesandro and Craftyz, like, planned it, like, without involving me, right? And I learned about OS2 right at the same time as everyone else. Like, I think it was, like, in BCC, like, the end of BCC. And, like, I was like, oh, why didn't I get invited? Like, why was I not in on it, right? And I was sad. I just looked around today just to, like, see if I can find documents and stuff. And, I mean, I found this, right? And this is, like, a Google Sheet, or Google Doc for, whatchamacallit, and hold on. So yeah, I opened it up on the history. I'm gonna try not to show Craftyz' name, but so like this is October 24th, 2022. Like wait, late. So apparently like this goes all the way back down to here. Here. This is like the first version of the document that has actual edits. And so the Discord opened September 21st, right? September 21st, right? That's why when I joined the Discord, that's when, like, they made an announcement in the Discord, the OS2 Discord. So this is what they had, like, a month before then. So they already had locked in No Name CGP, one of the major tracks, like, Boingberg. Like, again, I also just saw this for the first time today. And most likely BCC. And then Midgard for quad track. That's crazy, huh? I would have thought I would have pressured them to use this. Like, huh. Okay, and then there's a bunch of these. This probably was going to be... Would this have been like Sonic GP? I don't remember what it's called. Sonic made like a custom track of his... I don't remember what it's called, sadly. Coconut Mall is in here. I guess this is just like the OS1 tracks, huh? Yeah. And then... Oh, Bloodell's in here. Cool. Nice. And as we go... So this is the next day... We'll say like 3:57 p.m. next day. And they show Tab Cyberworld, Cyberworld 2. I don't remember what the timeline was for Cyberworld 2. I can pull it up. Hold on, let me... Okay. 24th. So I started building it on the 24th. Which is really weird, because, like, what? That's, like, 2 days. Like, that's like a day before they made this document. Like, what the heck? That's crazy that it lined up like that. But yeah, so I guess they caught wind of that somehow. I don't remember how. Bloodell becomes into the quality track. Battlecruiser was a thing. Isles map. Oh, we put the Isles map in here? Oh, that's crazy. With Invincible? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. What the? When you put Isles in here, that's insane. Alright. And then the next day, I'll build in progress. So basically, like, you know, as time goes on, we'll just like skip like 2 weeks. I haven't actually like looked at this in depth yet. Racing Reef's on here, Grease Arena's on here, Marino Valley's on here. Yoshi Circuit. What's Yoshi Circuit? Is that like the one on both tabs? Potential tracks, Cyberworld, in case Cyberworld 2 makes it in. So like they were already considering like using Cyberworld 1, I guess. I guess if I made Cyberworld 2 in time, because I don't think it was ready, but like I finished it 22nd, right? So like they're like, this is where they are right now. Although I'd finished a track, I was working on Declaration then. Then they would consider that using this for something. I don't know. Let's just skip ahead like way later. So here's the day that, like, here's September 21st. This is where they went public with OS2. So here's their thing, and then, oh, they already did that. What? I remember reminding them about Corsi Channel, like bringing it up, and they're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I remember Alesandro specifically being like, oh yeah, that one, that's a good choice. Let's go with that one. Huh. Okay, well, interesting. I guess we had these locked in then. Okay, well. And then there's Mariana Valley, and Metropolis. What? What's going on here? I thought okay, I remember we did a build competition for OS2, and then we did jack shit with it. I don't even think that we did, like, announce a winner or anything. Like, I knew that we did one. But, like, we didn't actually, like... I thought Metropolis was, like, the results of the build competition. What the... Oh, wait, no. No, wait. Hold on. Let me look. Let me dig. Yeah, okay. I think the build comp was, like, through all of September, so maybe, like, Akira had done or something about it. I don't know. But, yeah, and then 5 days later, on my birthday, no way, Cyberworld 2 is thrown in. I guess we're... Yeah. Like, I finished track by then. And then Mementos wasn't a thing yet. Mementos, the thing about Mementos is that it was made as a layout for, like, at least, like a year or something by then, right? Like, I think I might have made the Mementos layout before I made Boingburg. Maybe. But it was just, like, undecorated, like, basically entirely. Like, there was, like, a little bit of tunnel stuff going on, thanks to Samurai. And me doing the little bit of command block stuff, but, like, you know, a lot of it was not decorated, right? Yeah, right. But then I think, like, Husker and Jolly helped me decorate it, just in time for OS2. So I guess we'll go to October 15th. And there it is. And then, what the heck what's going on here? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many races did we do? I don't remember this stuff. We did 9. Okay, so yeah. You might be surprised about No Name. I thought, what? We didn't do No Name. What the heck? We did Snowy Sunrise and Midgar Sewers. What happened? What? And the test race was on December 4th, and the first race of the season was December 11th, right? So, like, we're still, like, 2 months out. And this is, like, the second to last version of this thing. Like, the last edited version is, like, October 24th. So I think, like, we had it locked in by, or, like, relatively locked in. Yeah, and I don't know how we thought these. I might have convinced them that I might have been like, look, okay, CGP and No Name are not good tracks. Like, I might have been like, guys, these are not good. 'Cause I've never thought CGP was good. Maybe OS1. Because maybe then I was like stupid, like didn't know what I was talking about, brain, right? But like as time went on, I was like, yeah, CGP isn't that great. So I think I tried to push. I will say, back then Alesandro was pretty different. And like something I regret a lot is like how we treated Alesandro. Like we he was like you can call him the bad guy within the admin group. Like I remember, and I regret this a lot, and I'm really sad. Like I don't like how we treated him or anything like that. But like it was like, oh, like we don't have to like care about what Alesandro thinks or whatever, because like some of them were like no names like really bad. We should like drop it. I don't know how CGP went unscathed. I don't know how that happened. I really do like how Alessandro's like grown since OS2. Like he's changed so much. I like the new Alessandro way more than OS2 days Alesandro. I think that he's done a really good job of like changing himself. That like wonderful progress. Like back it's not even just because of OS2. It's like back then like how he was like in the ABG like staff and stuff like that. It was like it was a big thing. But yeah, so like that I do regret it. Like I regret how we treated him. I don't think he deserved that. Like how we treated him. This is like kind of how like this was like the mindset back then. Oh yeah, LC track. Right. Okay. So about No Name, how it went was that like this is like I know like the key thing. I don't remember how it was started, but like it was like I might have brought it up or something like that, and being like I don't think No Name's a good idea. It might have been actually okay. You know what it was? It probably was like it might have been mid-season. Like it might have been after CGP happened that like I spoke up or something like that, and then like it was like I don't think No Name's a good idea. We should do something else, right? And then like that might have just like become a thing. And then from there it was like Alessandro was like, okay, I'll go make my own new track that will replace it, right? And Jolly and I were like, all right, we're just gonna take Cyberworld 1 and redecorate it, because one thing, like we were like, why don't we just use Cyberworld 1? It's literally like right there, right? And people loved it from last season. It's doing really good in the track rankings. I think that tangent. I like a few months ago I looked at like a random like PWC like track ranking thing. Cyberworld 1 was listed above Cyberworld 2. Like it was ranked higher. Like I was like, what is going on? Why are people like? So that's great. You know what? I'm gonna try to. I'll try to dig it up. Hold on. Okay, I found that. Wait, actually, I found some. This isn't Winter Season or Winter League related, but like at the time, there weren't many track ranking forums. Like this is like I would do track ranking forums for BWC, and then like that was kind of like the main track ranking forums like out there. Like I didn't do like the Laser Slop, Spring 2023 or whatever high top level racing. Like that wasn't the thing back then, right? So looking at it, actually, it's crazy. I thought Cyberworld was like kind of like the best or highest rated, but like okay, I guess these two like rated higher. This is season 5. I don't remember how this like where this was relative to OS1 and OS2. This might have been like between OS1 and OS2. This might have been after OS2. This might have been before OS1. I don't know. I don't remember these things. But then CGP goes higher, and I'm molding. I'm exploding that this is happening. And then like you'll notice Cyberworld 1 is above Cyberworld 2, and I'm like why? And then like season 7 is close. Like what the what the fuck? And then so this is like everyone, and there's like an only League A people version where like Cyberworld 2 is like well above everything, like well above Cyberworld 1. But like the fact that this happened, the fact that like this happened is like that's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, so like these forums might have like helped us decide, or like been like a data point or like evident. It might have helped us decide like what tracks to use. Albeit this looks like it's like after OS2. It's just like because Midgar Series wasn't like made. It was made for OS2. Yeah, so yeah. Midgar Sewer. Okay, yeah. So this is probably before OS2 then. Maybe not. Well, no. Like Cyberworld 2 was made like end of September. Whatever. I'm gonna move on from this. So it was like okay. no name, right? Let's not use no name. Also, I was like, fine, I'll make my own track. And then Jolly and I were like, okay, let's turn Cyberworld 1 into Cyberworld 2. Cyberworld 1 into Midgar Sewers. The thing is, like, Craftyz was against doing another Cyberworld track in the calendar. I think even, like, Cyberworld 2 was kind of pushing it for him. Like, I think it was done at the end of the season just to space it out from his Cyberworld 1 video. Because he is, like, really picky on, like not having multiple videos on the same track, which is really funny because we did CGP the same, like a little bit of hypocrisy, perhaps, in retrospect, now I think about it. But yeah, so, like, it was like, okay, it cannot be, like, the same Cyberworld, you know, if it was redecorated, that might be okay. And it was like, oh, sure, let's just take Cyberworld 1 and redecorate it. And I had this funny idea of, like, haha, what if you did, like, the sewer system in Midgar? Because I thought it was really funny to do a sewer track. And it is funny. I think it's a funny idea. And then that's what we did. And then Alesandro went on his own, like, didn't communicate with us, like, what kind of track he was making, how he was going to decorate it, I think. But then, you know, he showed up and he was like, you know, here, check out this track. Alright, hi guys, Editing Major here. Jolly and I and Lapis watched this last night and talked a bit about it. Jolly reminded me about Tundra Toe, and so basically, well, Alesandro wasn't giving us many updates on Summer Sunrise, according to Jolly, until we started making Midgar Sewers. Then he started giving updates, but then he's like, eventually he was like, okay, here's the track, and he's like, I didn't have a name for it. I don't have a name for it yet, right? And he was like thinking through names, and I was like, Tundra Toe, because like Tundra, because like when I think of Tundra, I think like a white, like you know, like basically what Summer Sunrise is. It's like a wide open snow area, right? That's why I think when I hear Tundra. And then tow is like driving, like tow truck. That's apparently why there's tow trucks on the Summer Sunrise pit lane, because Tundra tow. But he didn't like that. He really much did not like it. Johnny like kept memeing it. He memed it in OS2. Like, I think when we, like, right when we released or announced the track, like, we were like, Tundra tow! Tundra tow! Tundra tow! And like OS2 general and stuff. But like, yeah, so that's, I wanted to throw that in here real quick. So I was like, oh, it's okay, I guess. And I wasn't very about it, and I was like, I think Midgar Sewers is probably still just better. But then we ended up doing both, just to appease both crowds, because it was like, Jolly and I are like, or at least I was like, I think Midgar Sewers is better, than Summer Sunrise, and then Alesandro, of course, was vying for his own track, and like, I think it's just like let's just like, not, like, create drama, which I know, like, given how Jolly is nowadays, that's kind of maybe a little bit surprising. But like, you know, we ended up like just like being like, fine, okay, let's just use both. I think there was a big poll about it in the OS2 Discord, something like that. Seeing what people thought. I'll try to take it up. Hold on. I found it. Womp. Realized you had the ability to hold 9 instead of 8. Totally down to either. Yeah. And then everyone's like, yeah, let's do 9. Let's do it. Or they don't mind. That was like us seeing if we were able to do both. Because like one thing was like, okay, well, like, we could just do both, but like, what if like people aren't okay with it? Maybe like, because it's mid-season, right? Like, this is like mid-January. Like, this is like, we're BCC, I think this is what, race 3? So like we're mid-season. If people like made time, like set aside time to like be like, okay, I'm going to take time off work from like, for like these dates, and then like we just insert another dates, and it's like, oh, that, like, you know, what if that messes with them, right? Or like, well, that sucks. And then like, you know, stuff like that. So you just want to make sure that that's what that vote was for. Then you also might realize there's Mario in the Valley. I think this is also like, I remember Craftyz saying it. It might have been like Alesandro or other people as well, but I at least remember Craftyz saying like, it's kind of weird that a competitor in the event has a track, like has like they're like a track about them in the league. Like, you know, point to be like, okay, why is like Cyber World 2? Because like imagine like Cyber World 2, but it was like a laser circuit or something. Like and like the decoration was like about laser sloth. Like that would be a bit weird, right? Like so like that's the idea of like Mario and the Valley. It's like it's a little bit weird that like Mario 52 is like driving, and like also that the track centered around her. So like it was like Crash was like, we should probably redecorate it or something, and like Jolly and I and him were like, okay, let's do it, and then we made Hell. That's how OS2 Hell like happened. Alright, so real quick, this is Editing Major. Hello. So Jolly and I and Lapis were watching this recording last night, and Jolly brought up something about how Mario in the Valley changed into Hell and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and let play because I clipped it. Don't mind the Trackmania stuff. It's yeah, sorry about that.
So what actually also happened there was first of all, as they were being built, Alessandro's like, oh, hey, you know, that looks pretty cool. What if we put that in instead of Mariana Valley? Mariana Valley gets onto the chopping block. I didn't like it. I was being a little baby about it and decided that
That's still a long way off.
I want to get it in. Talked it with Craftyz and we're like, okay, if you decorate it in a better way that's more appealing for content, then we'll put it in and do an extra race.
But yeah, so that's how those things happened. Mementos, again, like I said, it was like me, Custer, Jolly, like clutching up on like decorating it. I think Alesandro helped make the big chalice. I forget what his name is, like the big gold thing in the wide open area. Yeah. One was actually like made for OS2. Like I think I don't remember the exacts, but like I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a track for like a future off season or something like that. And then like that's why that happened. And this was like way early, like I say way early, like way early, like when I was involved in like year 2 or something. Like we're on like year 5 now. Like which is like yeah. So like I have a very different idea of how everything was. Important to note, Boingburg's slime gimmick thing. I found the chicken. Boingburg's slime gimmick thing functioned very differently. In that, right now, how it works is you drive over it and you get a slime ball and you throw it to use it. But, wait, was it OS2? It was OS2 where I changed it. Before OS2, and like BWC and stuff, it was literally just you drive with the pressure plates, and then like 5 seconds later, it would swap automatically. There was no slime ball or anything, right? The slime ball was like an enhancement to it that like changed how you use it, right? And like made it more like a Mario Kart item. That was in OS2, and I remember that because there was a miscommunication between this like us and the staff team where I was like, hey, are we all cool? Like if are drivers allowed to bag for items, right? And I call it bagging for items, because that's what they do in Mario Kart, right? In Mario Kart, bagging for items is when you just sit in an item box, and you just like cycle through the items, and you find one, and then you eventually go, right? You basically, like, normally when you play Mario Kart, you kind of just like drive forward, and like, you kind of just go with whatever you get. But on some tracks, it's actually faster to go, like, even if you start like midfield or even at the front, just like sit and wait to be at the back, because you get really powerful items to really get shortcuts, right? So that's where the term bagging comes from, at least, like, as far as I know. Maybe they got bagging from somewhere else, I don't know, but like that's where I know it from. So I was like, hey, are we getting bagged for items? And like Alesandro and Craftyz was like, yeah, sure, like everyone's okay with bagging for items. And then qualifying comes around, and I asked like, in regards to quality, like you can bag for items and quality, right? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I come around and start doing it, and everyone's exploding in chat, hey, is that allowed? And it's really funny because I'm an admin, like I'm a staff guy, and I'm doing something that's like, is that even allowed by the rules? And then they start like Alesandro and Craftyz. I remember specifically Craftyz exploding and being like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Like, why are you doing Laser? Like you didn't say you can do that. And I was like, yeah, you did. You said you can bag for items. What the fuck? And then it was like, what? No, I've never said you can do that. And I was like, no, I had to explain what bagging for items meant. And it was like, oh, and that sucked. Like, because we just didn't know, like, he just didn't know what bagging for items meant. Which, like, it's partly on me for, like, assuming they knew, and partly on them for, like, not asking for clarification on what it meant. But yeah, that's how I remember that, we had slime balls for, OS2. It's a pretty funny way to remember that. But yeah, that happened. yeah, so is there anything else? I guess it's quality tracks, right? Well, apparently they decided that, like, way before I showed up. Apparently, like, what the fuck? At least the Discord opened September 21st. I thought I told them about course and something. I might be getting like that. Maybe like there was a group chat before September 21st, but like they opened the Discord 21st or something. I don't know how it works, but no, I'm gonna look into it. Hold on, let me look into it. Wait a second. I think I got the timeline wrong. Apparently, BCC that year happened August 14th. So I might have been in the discussion since the start of the freaking from here. I might have been like in the discussion from here. Okay, that's crazy. Maybe I did tell them about it, or maybe I didn't convince them about it. Or, I don't know how it happened. I don't know. But yeah, okay, interesting. All right. What else is there? LC track. Well, hold on. Yeah, okay. Wait, let me go in game. Spawn. Or I can just come back. Hold on. Where is it? Where is the OS? Oh, like, is it, like, what? Here? Oh, it's here. Okay, so we had that's 7. Why are there 7? How does this work? Wait, what? Hold on, let me. Okay, I might be what? Okay, I might be wrong. I think we did 2 quality races and a test race. And then also 5 TT tracks. So these bottom 4 and this was a TT track. So first about LC track. LC track was like a track. It was like Craftyz, like I think it was like Craftyz approached me. He was like, "Hey, you want to make a track together?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I designed the loop. Let me just TT LC track. I will say I made most of this. Like I made pretty much most of this. I think basically all of it. You know what? I'm gonna pull up this thing. Hold on. Work log, LC track. So I did 20 hours, he did 3.5, and like he was like only like while in VC with me. So yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, he didn't do much. Like I remember like him suggesting like a water jump skip. Like he had like cyberworld like soul sand and 1 block down like waters, like it was like a pit that like you could like bounce into and then jump across. And like he was super into that idea, and he like just kept he would not shut up about that fucking idea. And I was like, no, we're not doing it. I think this wall tap was introduced just to make it more like CGP. Because I thought he would like that, because he was like head over heels for CGP. But yeah, I mean, like pretty much like I think it was like I don't remember how exactly it went. I don't think I took note on like what I did. No, I just marked the time and didn't say what I did. Oh well. But yeah, so I made most of LC track, and then I was like, I wanted to decorate like 4th layer. LC track was supposed to be 4th layer. From like Made in Abyss. Like TT 4th layer. He wanted it to be like something from Xenoblade, right? And I hadn't played Xenoblade, I still haven't. Like the pictures he sent looked cool, but like I didn't have the motivation to make it, because I was like, I want to make like Made in Abyss 4th layer. And then it was like neither of us really wanted to like work on the other person's decoration, so I think neither of us actually committed. They were just like, yeah, okay, I guess this is not, or something like that. Basically, we just never ended up like actually decorating the track. And so it wouldn't have been decorated for like the calendar. So it was like hey, may as well like use it for like a quality race or whatever, right? So that's how that happened. Then F1 Appleseed was chosen as like a blind quality race where like they wouldn't practice beforehand, they just show up and then drive. And F1, like, LC Track might have also been like that. I don't know how it went. I don't remember. But I was looking through, like, the logs, and, like, F1 Appleseed was blind, and the mindset, like, behind that, because this was one of the TT quality tracks as well. But we chose to use this just to see, like, if people actually practiced for the quality race, what would happen, right? Like basically, they'd already driven the track for TT quality, so like, they were already practiced on the track. So you want to see if people actually practice, then like what would happen, right? I think that was the idea. People hated it, and people hated the fact that we used TT quality track for like a quality race. I am curious what would happen if we did that today, or even if like we did like a quality race on the track and also used it in the main calendar. I'm curious what would happen, like if people would get about that. I don't know. Leave a comment below. What would you hate if we pulled what we did in OS2? Leave a comment below. That's not podcast like. I'm curious though. But yeah, so that's what happened there. And then we did test race and atomic test. I don't remember the point of that was. I might have just been like making sure the systems all work or something. I don't know. And then there were 5 CT quality tracks, right? One of them was Midgard. I'm not impressed with that. I don't know. Like the thing about OS1 TC quality was like this did not matter at all because like everyone was super close on that. This was like somewhat important, but like Midgard really was like where you got your time. Like that was like the biggest time gap. So that's where you saved all your time. And I won TT quality because I did a good Midgard. I think Toki beat me on test track in Istanbul by like a few ticks on each one of them. But like I beat him by like half a second on Midgard. I think that's how it went. Fine, I'll fact check it. So I was wrong in the few ticks portion. It was way more. So Toki was 3/4 of a second behind. So like each one of these is like a tick. So like this is 2,050 ticks. Istanbul Park I was slower by 0.3, so that's 6 ticks. And then I was also slower by 7 ticks on test check. Bro, that's embarrassing. What the hell? How was I like? I don't know. But yeah, I was like 3/4 of a second faster. So in total, I was like I was like a tick or 2 ticks ahead of him total. So that's how I won qualifying. Was because of Midgard. Like Midgard was like so good for breaking people apart or for like testing pace. So that's like that. I think that's why I pushed for it for Midgard for this. I don't remember if it was used because I pushed for it. I really don't remember this. They also might have wanted to use it. I don't even know if I pushed for them to use it, but like, yeah, I don't remember. Maybe not. But Odell was clearly on their minds, or their/our mind, early on. It's a well decorated track. Like it really stood out because like, whether we like it or not, decoration plays a big part in how people like think about tracks and like perceive tracks. If a track has bad decoration, this is immediately bad first impression. And, like people just think of the track as having lower quality, which sucks. It's stupid as fuck. That's like that. Another way is we use a track with terrible decoration. We use a track with terrible decoration. I think I said this earlier, but like we had a different track lined up, and I was like, just like out of the blue, I was like, hey, oh yeah, like Horseshoe exists. What about that? And then like I think Alesandro was like, oh yeah, that exists. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. We should do that. So that's how that happened. And then not everyone, some people hated it because it was like by far the tightest track in terms of times. Like there was not nearly as much room to push. Yeah. And then Races Reinforced. I don't know why this was used. It's not bad. Like it's fine. I don't know how he like found it because like it. Well, I guess I don't know. There were less people building tracks back then, and just less people in general. So I think like. Because I think Blue, like, didn't, like, he puts these tracks, like, Blue Leader 64 puts his tracks in, like, play at Minecraft. What is that guy doing? What? How is he moving that fast? He's in the, That's boat tools? Is he hacking? Do I have to ban him? That's boat utils. I've seen vote fly before. Yeah, I mean, like, so I guess, yeah, we just kind of used it. I think it was a fine choice. Yeah. Not nearly as polarizing as, like, Bloodell, Crusher, or Midgar. And definitely opposite. I don't know why this was used. Maybe this is just, like, we didn't want to use it in the main season, but we thought it was still a good track. We might have also valued diversity a bit, because, like, Midgar is very different from Corsu Tunnel, it's very different from Races Rainforest, it's very different from F1 Alpha Seeds, right? Like, they're all pretty freaking different. I think Blowdown and Midgar might actually be, like, the closest, albeit Midgar is a lot more lenient on, like, blind corners and stuff, and I guess wall taps, huh? But yeah. So, that's how that happened, I think, maybe. Again, this is from my POV and my shit memory. BCC at the... Oh, I didn't mention this. Like, I talked a little bit, like, Midgar Sewers, Star Sunrise, Hell. I didn't talk much about the rest of it. I talked about CGP. BCC, I think, was, like, just, like... She was a good track back then. Or, like... Well, it was more, like... It was very, like... It was tied to one of the largest... like, the largest event, I guess. Maybe, like, I say event. Like... One of the largest things in boat racing at the time was BCC. So using it just, like, felt like it was, like, a prestigious thing, right? It was like, oh yeah, it's like such like a notable track. Of course we're gonna use it, right? I think that was the mindset. I think. But then we learned maybe it's not the best choice because I think the track. I don't think the race is like that interesting, and like yeah no. Yeah. That looks good. Oh crap. That looks good. Holy shit. That looks like shit. What? It's just all black. Yeah. So CGP I did some adjustments for. Oh right, I forgot. I made some adjustments for CGP as well as No Name. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me They should take away my perms. I wouldn't have to do this. Yay. I retuned CGP and like I suggested taking out this floor because it wasn't doing anything. I'm responsible for Snake Pit being blue ice and having this bump. What's crazy is that this is like actual bump control. Like I was doing bump control back then. It was like, okay, if you mess up here, you get thrown into here, right? And albeit I didn't consider how they escaped. You ended up just going like right back on the line. That sucks, right? If you bumped right here, you go here. If you bumped right here, you'd fly into this pink area. Like there was consideration for bump control way back when, which I was like, bro, I was cracked. Like, I was pointing out boat taps and qualifying for OS1. Okay, now I gotta show you. Hold on. So if you didn't know, I made this like this series called Breakdown, where like for OS1 tracks, I would like for my team, I'd make them unlisted and make them public after the race. I would like make a whole fucking video explaining like, hey, here's how you drive the track, here's how like you drive the line, here's things to look out for. So like here I'm explaining it, right? I say I found a gimmick, like check this out. And I was like, hey, you can use this for quality. Maybe. And like maybe choose qualifying. I was thinking of both aspects, like what the fuck? I think I also like might have thought about like other than just qualifying, but like no, I was cracked back then. I was like, what the fuck? When I found it out like years ago, like when I rewatched it like a couple years ago, I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was thinking about that. But yeah, I mean like, like they just cracked, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, so I'm responsible for this. And this created like one of the most infamous things in boat racing, like the fucking CGP Atom bullshit. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. But you know, I adjusted things. Like I made this whiter. I think I did some tuning in there. Like this, obviously, like the tuning here. I think I adjusted this. Makuzen actually suggested that we do like 4 blocks per like white or gray instead of like 1. And I think we actually missed a spot, like here. Somehow, maybe like schematic pasting or something. I don't know. Anyways, hell's there? What the fuck? Yeah. So that's that. And then I also do the same thing for No Name. So if you notice, there's like some versions of No Name with like a different kind of tuning. This is me tuning it for OS2, but then afterwards we were like, you know, like eventually we decided, hey, let's not use No Name. But like we still have this tuned version lying around, so like this is on some servers. Like I came up with this, haha. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, I mean, not if you're curious about why there's like a different tuned version of No Name. Actually, I don't even know if the old tuning of No Name is anywhere. I don't even know if it's on any servers. Like it might be on like PWC maybe. It's probably not Modabs. I don't even know if Modabs has No Name. But yeah, maybe I'm PWC. I don't know. Yeah, so I tuned this version. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, so warp off season. Hey, that's a thing. Yeah, so that's that. Grease Arena, I think that was a suggestion because it was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I think. I don't know if we chose it also because of Greasy Gaming Team. I think we made, I don't remember how, I actually don't know. But yeah, I think that's about it for OS2. That's like, so, for like, this is like 30 minutes? Like, we started at 7:03. Bro, that's like 40 minutes of off-season 2. Holy shit. Alright. Yeah, so that's off-season 2. And then we move on to All-Stars. Woo! So, I made a video a while ago, explaining a lot of stuff behind All-Stars. Let me see if I can find it. So I made a video, right, and I was talking about All-Stars. It was like, not too long ago. Like a year and a bit ago. Where I talk about things about like how All-Stars even happened. Basically, I mean, like the main point of the video was to tell people that, yeah, like Craftyz was on the team, which was like, we thought would be like kind of like a scandal, because like he was also a competitor, and like there were some tracks he like we showed him like all the tracks that we had ahead of time, albeit like months before the start of the competition, right? But like still, like he saw the tracks, like he knew about Cosmic Ocean. Yeah, funny, the Cosmic Ocean was a blind race, and I was like, the race he was supposed to hypothetically have the largest advantage on because he knew the track beforehand, but he got last, which is really, really funny. But yeah, I mean, I talked about a bit in this video about the tracks and stuff. I'll still talk about it now. But yeah, so is there any like, we'll just use this. I just wrote this up. Here were the tracks for All-Stars. Oh wait, hold on. Alright. So TT quality. So I mean, okay. First things first. Like, you know, is there a, no way, All-Stars. So okay. So to sum up, or to quickly go back through what I said here, All-Stars was initially Season 3. It was like, okay, we're just gonna do it. Alesandro didn't want to do all Season 3 because of how Season 2 went, which, to be fair, we treated him like shit. It makes sense. Like, that's fair. Totally. So then, but we were like, that's dumb that, like, one person, like, you know, even if it's a co-founder, like one co-founder doesn't want to do it, but everyone does want to do it, like, really wants to do it. So, like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do it. And then Lapis was brought on the team to do fun events, because like he was initially thinking about doing something like All-Stars, and then it was like, he talked to Craftyz to see if we were doing off season, and like we were like, yeah, we're doing off season. He's like, but you know, if you want to help out with these fun events, because Lapis also wanted to do fun events for All Stars, he was like, yeah, you can join the team. And then he joined the team, and then stuff happened, and we were like, okay, Lapis and I were like, we don't really feel comfortable with like doing all like Off-Season 3 anymore. We're off. Like, we're not doing this. And then OS3 was no longer happening, right? But I was like, okay, let's instead do Lapis' idea of All Stars, right? So then, fuck, I forgot to say. Okay, go back a bit. After OS2, Jolly and I were like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made like completely brand new tracks for another off season, right? For like off season 3, right? Wouldn't it be cool? Because you know, we had some like new tracks, and I think they went pretty well for OS2. What if we just like had all new tracks designed by us for OS3? That'd be sick, right? So we got to work. The idea was like I would do 3, Joy would do 3, and then we work together on 1, right? So that's 7, right? Cool. And I made my Cosmic Ocean, 4th layer, and on the Water Tribe, and he made Cookie Mall. He also like was like trying to work on other tracks. Like we started on like a track that was like Boaty Tills. I don't think it probably would have gone well. But like it would have been a lot of work to decorate, and like we just didn't care to do it. We started a little bit, but so we ended up having my 3 and then Jolly's Cookie Mall. And like the big thing that people like misunderstand is that they think that these tracks were made for All Stars. They were not made for All Stars. They were made for off season, and then we swapped from off season to All Stars, and then we chose which tracks we should use where. So for example, in round 3, we had hold on. So we had our 4 ideas for what to do for the round 3. We came up with ideas of like endurance race, a sprint qualifying, and elimination qualifying, which is kind of like Cup of the Week, where like one person gets eliminated each lap. It might have been 2 actually. But what we did is like we started them, and then like we would just like heat quit them, to like eliminate them if they're like the last 2 people remaining, right, each lap. And then blind race. So I think I was like one of like the main people who were like trying to line up the tracks for what. Keep in mind also the player count would decrease. Like there were 32 people in this race, 26, 22, and 16. No. Maybe. I think it's 20 and 14. Yeah, 14, and then it goes down to 8, and then that goes down to RC Dino. So 32 on the big track with the loop. It's like the idea, the 4th layer was like, okay, we have this loop, which means that you interact with people like from other parts of the track, like 20 seconds behind you, 20 seconds in front of you. An endurance race, which means that there's like more time for the field to shake up, and there's more people. It makes sense to line up 4th layer with endurance race. And I wasn't even thinking about I was mainly thinking in the mindset of like what would synergize with each other the most to have the largest impact. Because 4th layer, like I said, having the loop, and more time and more people, that would synergize very well with like making more chaos in this case, right? Like there's the synergizing, and like the magnitude of which is like large, right? Cosmic Ocean has a plate, and the plate has a pit lane somewhere on it, and you had to find it during because we gave them like 7 minutes or something to like look around the track and know the chunks, and like 7 minutes to like drive the track before qualifying, or like before starting. I don't remember how qualifying worked or whatever. But like we told them, hey, you should probably find the pit entry, and some people didn't, and then they got absolutely crapped. Right, so that's like one thing. Another thing is like the purple section is pretty hard. Like I was like, how are you gonna divvy up your practice time? It was like, are you gonna practice the entire track, or are you gonna just practice the purple section? Because purple section again was pretty freaking hard. So that like there's a synergy here, right? And then the Water Tribe, we were scared about like if we do normal qualifying, the shortcut is just gonna like totally over centralize all qualifying. You can have a bad lap, but if you hit the shortcut, you're gonna beat someone who didn't even go for the shortcut, right? So like we were like, hey, let's not do like a normal qualifying here, let's do a sprint qualifying. and then I think we did a one-shot qualifying, and like, what the fuck? Did we block up? We might have okay, actually, we might have blocked off the shortcut for the one-shot qualifying, I think. I think we did one-shot qualifying, maybe? I don't remember how we did it. Regardless, that was the idea behind the Water Tribe, and I think Cookie Ball just got like the last of it. It was like elimination. That was fine. There might have been some reasoning behind it, but I don't remember there being reasoning, like specific reasoning, or as much as like fourth layer reasoning and calculation reasoning and stuff like that. So that's how that happened, and then I guess we'll just go to these since I have my mind on it. Speedway 52 was a track made by Jolly as a sequel for Mario in the Valley, I think for Mario's birthday, and then we did like an event for it. It might have been like a Valentine's Day event or something, and then we were like, all right, now we're gonna make the track private, and which is really weird. Cause like you imagine that like when you do a track, like do an event on a new track, like the track's gonna stay open for a while, right? But no, we were like, yeah, no, we're gonna like okay, now we're gonna make it private for like and then they're like, why? And then we're like, don't worry about it. And then, so we just said, don't worry about it. And then it was like, yeah, okay, let's use it in off-season 2. Off-season 3. And then we did All-Stars instead, and we just had it, and it was like, yeah. I mean, we're planning on using it, right? Because like we made it private. And then that's how that happened. You'll notice that like these were all made for off-season 3, and they're all in the same round. Like, yeah. Even just now, I wrote it as TT quality races, and then like I was gonna rate like main seasons, but like I was like, wait, no, that's not correct. It was like various races, right? I guess that's not the format of All Stars. It was supposed to be like 4 like rounds, like you grow up. But even like I still like have my prejudices of like this is the main season, like because like these are like the tracks made specifically for like for All Season 3. And like these ones are like just like kind of like TT quality, right? Like I still kind of view this as like a main season, and like this is the finale, right? So yeah, like that's me. 52 was there. Midgar Expressway. I think I also said it in the other video. It was like, hold on. So one thing that we like really cared about for All Stars was using tracks that weren't grinded very much. So of course these are new. This is new. C52 was like used for one event and like made private. This was a racetrack, or like a track that was just laying around and like no one had used. Because like at the time we had Boing Boing Memento, Cyberworld 2, other tracks like Grease Arena, for example, and Metropolis that we could have used, but we chose to use this one because no one had used it. Like this track, like Midgar Expressway was just like not used at all for anything. That's because I didn't like it. I was like, I don't like this track. I don't like it doesn't work. Like the gimmicks don't work. Blah 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 blah. But I was like, I think Lapis suggested it or something. And it was like, maybe he said, I don't know. It was like, hey, let's throw in a loop on it to increase the lap time, because the lap time was like 40 seconds, right? And I was like, okay, I guess, sure, fine. And then we know how that turned out.
This is the best way to track of the 4 of them. Why?
It's great. It's great. You spend all year making these tracks, like the fucking one we don't care about. They just like threw in and just add a loop. Oh yeah, okay, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So again, like the main thing was just like this was like not driven at all, used for anything. So I think that's one of the main reasons why we chose it. And then it's quality. So I found this spreadsheet. I don't know what's going on with this, but like it looks like we're talking about TT quality tracks. This is like well, this is also this. This looks like this seems like it's a OS3 kind of thing. Cause Cyberworld, well, yeah, so like Cyberworld 2. I don't know. I was thinking Cyberworld 2 would like, because Craftyz being like, I don't want to make any videos on Cyberworld tracks anymore, because like I said earlier, in OS2 he was like against using both sides, like even just doing Cyberworld 2 was a bit of a stretch for him, because like he didn't want to make another Cyberworld video on his channel. So then, like, you know, doing it as a qualifying race instead might have been a good idea. Maybe, but even then, like, if we were set on, like, not doing, like, old tracks, like, we were set on, like, doing our new tracks, so I don't know, maybe it wasn't that. But, I mean, there's also, like, this, and, like, who's them? Is that, like, Craftyz? Is that, like, Craftyz and Lapis? So there's one of me and Jolly, like, just, like, brainstorming. Or so, I don't know. I don't even know when this was ran. But, like, you can see, like, these are our ideas. And it's funny because, like, some of these are coming back up again. Like, these two are being suggested. Like, I suggested these two. Wait, no, did I suggest Death Red? I did suggest WCBA. For Summit 2 qualifying, TC qualifying. But, like, this is also, like, this is, like, the most upvoted track, I think, right now. And, Summit 2 TC quality. But, yeah, I mean, it's, like, you can see, like, the... oh, hey, look, this is not very grinded out. That's crazy. Yeah. One of the largest things against WCBA was that it was very grinded out at the time. Like I said earlier, like, the big thing was that, like, tracks were not grinded out. This is, like, one of the main reasons why we used Big O Expressway. You'll see, it's noted, right? Where the... Jolly! What the fuck? Why are there that many helicopters? What the fuck? I didn't know there were that many. That's insane. Yeah, so this is happening. Yeah, don't mind them. No, don't mind them. But yeah, so like, again, like one of the biggest things was like how grinded out it was. Like you'll notice, like we write a lot of time. Like 157 hours in Jeddah. Like Jeddah was like, it's a great option. It's like really hard. But it's also been grinded out hella much because of FC1 and stuff, right? So we ended up going with Surge, Cannonball Downhill, and Boris. Boris was used in Blind Attack, but then like nothing else after that. And we thought it was fine. There's a lot of routes you can explore. There's some cool stuff. It'd be fine, right? Cannonball Downhill, that was me mostly being like, because I knew Jolly was making this track. He wasn't making it for off-season or all-stars or anything. He was like just like making it just for the heck of it. Like the purpose was not for like a TT quality. It was just like a track that you drive. That's it. But I was like, it'd be so cool. Like I wanted, like, because it's always my friend, and I was like, you know, it'd be so cool. Like we premiered your track in all-stars because like, you know, like and bring attention to the track. I thought it'd be like, you know, awesome. So I wanted to like help a friend out, right? So that's why I vouched a lot for Cannonball Downhill. It's also, you know, long. There's hard shortcuts. There's like some sections that might be hard to find the fastest route, right? Like the water section I really liked because, like, you know, it was like which route was faster. And then it turns out there's a freaking water skip thing. But yeah, and of course, In Gold hasn't been grinded out because it's a new track. Like he was still making it. So that's why that was used. And then there's Surge, and that's my fault, gang. I'm sorry about that. That's my fault. How I viewed Surge at the time, because okay, again, this is just coming off of like OS1 and OS2. Midgar Circuit has been used twice for like Winter League like TT quality. That track has been grinded out a lot, so of course we're not going to use it for All Stars. I viewed Surge as like Midgar Circuit squared. Like that's how I that's how I put it. Midgar Circuit squared. Like because it's thin, like it's even thinner than Midgar Circuit. It's like over twice as long. And that's like the main thing. It's like long and difficult. Albeit there were some key differences. There's elevation, which, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, for downhill, it's not the end of the world. Like, uphill, there's water elevators, so there's, like, difference in ping. It's like, you just got worse lap times if you had, like, bad ping or whatever, like, however that worked. And also, like, the biggest thing, I think, you know... What the fuck? Okay. Is this on here? No, I don't think so. I don't know what's going on. Well, the biggest thing about Surge, something that I think Nina the first pointed out, is that, like, All-Stars was kind of made for everyone, right? Like, Off-Season was, like, you know, of course, made for, like, the best drivers, or at least OS2, maybe, or I don't know. Like, it was, like, a competition between the best drivers, right? All-Stars was, like, of course, you know, we want to find the best driver, but also was, like, involving everyone. Like, round 1 was open to everyone, and, like, round 2 was, like, top 50 made it into round 2, right? You would think that a track that is difficult to complete for newbies would have been not chosen. We just didn't think about it. Like this track is so long and difficult that, like, newbies just could not complete it. They'd fall off and they'd have to restart from the very beginning. And that's just not good track choice. Like, that's, like, the largest thing that I was like, oh, fuck, that's my fault. Because, of course, you know, like, the water innovators and stuff like that, sure, fine, yeah, whatever. Like, that's, yeah, sure. Okay, you're not wrong. But, like, the fact that newbies die and, like, all sorts of, like, everyone, that's just fucked, right? That's just really not good. So, that's my fault. Again, like, I viewed it as Midgard Circuit Squared, because it was just, like, over twice as long, and, like, even thinner. There were, like, crazy things you can do on the track. And so that's, like, I pushed for it hard. And I think Lapis and Zoe just kind of trusted me. They're like, yeah, that's okay. Like, let's just go with it. Like, he seems really enthusiastic about it. And, you know, they're, like, probably fine. Because, like, another thing was, like, oh, yeah, there's water stuff, but, like, the track is so long that, like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, oh, wow, you use, like, a little bit of time to do the water there. It's, like, 4.5 minutes long. But that's not a good mindset to have. Because, like, people are pushing, like, really, really hard. And, like, if they just, like, lose time because of, like, stupid stuff that's out of their control, that's just stupid, right? So, yeah, that was not the greatest decision ever. Very valid criticism. I'm gonna go back to DNS. That I need to know what the hell Jolly's doing. Like, what the Okay. Maybe I don't want to be over there. Okay. Well, let's go on this duck, I guess. Or something. Where'd it go? We'll just hang out right here. Yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, so. Okay, well, the fire's loud. We'll hang out right here, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so. That's why those three were chosen. We considered, like this, which this is actually pretty difficult, but there's, like, water elevators and it's vacuum decoration for, like, the second half of it. Gimmick comp was considered. I don't know why it wasn't used. Death Row was also considered. I don't know why it wasn't used. But yeah. So that happened. And then, of course, ROC Dino. That was just like, okay, there aren't really any League of Champion or Race of Champions tracks out there. Like, I think VMC had done a couple, but, like, we were like, let's make our own. And then, yeah, that's how we chose that one. I don't think it's that big of a surprise. So that's how that happened. Yeah. Again, the largest thing is, like, these tracks were not made for All-Stars. They were chosen, or, like, they were made for Off-Season 3, but then they were chosen for these individual races based on their characteristics. And I didn't even mention, Fourth Layer was, like, the stupidest shit. I was like, oh, I'm so good at building, I'm gonna make a track that can be used for BCC and also be used for high level racing, and it's just gonna work out because I'm just good at building. And I was like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever, like, Fourth Layer is so fucking, like, way off. I failed on, like, all accounts. Like, oh my god. Like, okay. It's way too easy for high-level competitive racing. Like, no one's making mistakes, right? Let me just go there, I guess. Is Fourth Layer on here? Oh, that does say. Like, it's way too easy. Oh, wow. There's, like, a lot of them on here. That's crazy. Is that Charlie? Let's go! We got Charlie! Charlie for Summit. Charlie for Summit. Charlie for Summit. It's way too easy. And And, like, you can make arguments on, like, 4th layer not being good, because, you know, loop is, like, somewhat luck-based, and then, you know, carpet was, you know, that happened, and people didn't like that, which I think is stupid, but, like, you know, whatever. Yeah. But, like, the main thing is that it's just, like, way too easy. Generally, I think. Like, this isn't, like, the easiest right here, but, like, it's not enough, man. It's too easy of a track. And the nap time is super long, and there's no, like, overtaking mechanic that, like, P2 can use on P1. There's no, like, boat tap or cyborg gimmick that gives P2 power. So, like, it fails in that department. And then, if you, like, again, the main goals were, like, this should be used for BCC, and also be used for high-level competitive racing. So it's already failed, like I said, at competitive racing. But then for BCC, it's like, why are we putting newbies on a loop? They don't even know what they don't know what the hell they're doing, right? Then why are we making them drive under carpets? That's also just dumb. Like, they're really gonna crash out. You don't need carpet. So, like, I was just like, and like I made my 3 tracks, by, like, I had a list of, like, gimmicks and overtaking mechanics, and I just, like, chose from the list. I think first I made Cosmic Ocean, and then I was like, or no, okay, I mean, first off, Rolling Water Tribe was meant to be Cyber World 3, but then, right, Rolling Water Tribe was meant to be Cyber World 3, but Craftyz was like, I don't want more Cyber Worlds in the off-season, so I was like, decorate like something else. I was like, okay, fine, I guess I'll do something else, and he was like, he started listing things at me, and like Avatar came up, and I was like, I guess I can look into Avatar. And I watched all the Avatar, and I was like, yeah, okay, we can do the Rolling Water Tribe, I guess. So that's how that happened. And then to make it actually work decoration wise, I chose to make it boat utils. So that's how Rolling Water Tribe happened. It was supposed to be Cyber World 3. It was like, what if we like had Cyber World, but we had a shortcut? And that was my idea. That was the idea for Cyber World 3. But yeah, no. You can thank Craftyz for Rolling Water Tribe, and that uses boat utils. Thanks, Craftyz. Oh yeah, thanks. So that's how that happened. Yeah. 4th layer, like I said, LC track was supposed to be like 4th layer. It wasn't like I chose. I mean, it might have been like a. Yeah, I guess I actually finally make 4th layer now with the loop and stuff. Like what LC track was supposed to be, I can actually make now. Maybe I don't remember if that was how it was, but like yeah, I just have to make it. What was I saying? Oh god, he's fucking stuff up. I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, I think 4th layer was like the stuff I had at the end. So, like, I tried to like balance them out and like not play I tried to not give one track not as much as the others. But that's what ended up happening in the way. Like, 4th layer had, like, the loop and the carpets. That was what 4th layer had. Because, like, this, I think I might have done first. This has Cyborg Gimmick and Shortcut. And this has the plate, the mirror split, and the bow tap. Yeah. So, I think this was the last one I did. I think I did this, and then the 4th layer. Or am I doing concentration or the Water Tribe 4th layer? Like, in choosing, like, gimmicks and overtaking mechanics. Yeah. So that's how that happened. Yeah. Were there other tracks you could have chosen for, like, TT quality? Probably. But, yeah, no. The TT quality tracks, I don't think we did too good of a job on. Like, I mean, it's like, Cannonball Downhill, like, I mean, okay, Surge, of course, yeah, we already talked about Surge. Cannonball Downhill, like, the water jump skip, that sucks, that's, bruh. I didn't even know about the freaking river thing Is it on here? Cannonball Downhill. CB date. Cannabis. No. Okay. Like, I didn't even know that it was like a shortcut at the end of the track. Like you just drive on the river. I didn't know about that. I think until I saw like the thing at the end of TC Quality, like at the end of round 1, of like map. The video map just made like showing off all the fastest like maps or whatever, like the fastest recorded maps on like the TC like round 1 track. So I was like, what the fuck? That's a thing. And there might have been some other issues with the track, maybe. Like random slime blocks, like the snow section under snow, like, bruh. Yeah. I haven't changed. Okay. Yeah. So that's how All-Stars. I think that's all I got for All-Stars. Yeah. Let's see. How long was this? Like 20 minutes or so. Hold on. Yeah. And then there was Summit. So there's a lot going on here. What is that? Graceful Lils? Oh, don't say Graceful. Oh, this is. Oh, I thought there was a space here. Okay. I really hope I'm not like. I think that we're using different. Like we should be using different sheet for. Yeah, let's just click everywhere. Why don't we? That's. Cauliflower. What are we talking? Hold on. Alright. So, I mean, some background for Summit. Summit was like. We said after All-Stars finished, we don't want to do All-Stars again this year. Because we were hella burnt out. Honestly, we were kind of pissed. Because, like, it seemed like people did not like our All-Stars very much at all. We put hella effort into it, and we just got, like, hella drama and hella yelled at. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, so, like, we were, like, not into it. And, like, we're like, okay, we're not doing it this year. And we at least want, like, 1 year break. Like, at least one. So then, like, you know, like, months went by where, like, no one knew if there was going to be, like, a Winter League. Like, off-season just wasn't happening. You know, and then stuff like that. And then, eventually, Joy was just like, alright, you know what, let's just do it. Because, like, he kept saying, like, are we going to do one? Like, I wonder what's going to happen. I feel like we need a Winter League. And then one day, we were just in VC, and he was like, alright, we're doing it. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, and you're helping. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. I guess I'll help. What's funny is that I was making the WLC plugin at the time, and I was like, alright, I'll help, but as long as I don't, I don't want this to be, like, my main thing. I want to keep working on the WLC plugin. And then I made Midgar Remake, and that took up, like, so many months of so much work. That's why you know that happened. Anyway, yeah, so then we were like, hey, Craftyz, you want to join us? I think. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then that's how Summit happened. It just happened because Joy was like, alright, we're doing this. I think that's how it happened this year again, by the way. I think that's how Summit 2 happened. I think it was like, Joy just saying, alright, yeah, we're doing Summit 2. And I was like, okay, fine. Sure, I guess. So, yeah. Yeah, because, like, Jolly Lapis and I had our meeting, like, a few months after Summit 1, and we're like, yeah, no, we're not doing something again this year. We don't have time. We don't know how the schedule's going to play out. So, yeah. I can say that now after we revealed Summit 2. Yay. But yeah, so that's how that happened. But then, yeah, so tracks. So we did a good amount of research. I don't actually think I released this. So like we had some reference things to look at. So like, for example, like this is like just the standard sheet of like, this is like the fall before Summit 1, like, alright, what are people thinking? Stuff like that. And then we also looked at like only like the top, like we filtered out like a lot of people's like Soda, Rocket, Lapis, Hotspot Gito, Fantasy 28, Quasar Mafias, and Oinked for some reason, I guess. Yeah. So we just looked at those, and then we found Bird was like way highest. I'm like melting inside. God damn it! Congregation's fourth. Woo! But like you'll. Oh right, it's also best. Oh yeah, I can talk about best of the best real quick. But like so you'll see like here. So like the first number is like how it was ranked in like the original actual like thing, right? The second number is like only like the top 10 drivers, so it's this one, right? Like these guys. Then there's comparing to Pi. So some tracks were used in Pi. Then Premier Ice again was like it was collision, right? It was like yeah, it was like normal league, like there was no collision, there was no DRS yet. So I wanted to see like how people who raced on Premier Ice before ranking the tracks here, see if there was a correlation between if they raced in Premier Ice on that track or if they didn't. So I made like a list of like all the different tracks that I was going to look at, and then I went ahead and looked at them. So you'll see the top number is what people say. I'm gonna hide that. Top number is these are like what people who actually raced in Pi said, and this is what people who didn't race in Pi said. So you see like Randheim is actually a little bit lower for people who raced or not. Miami is like a lot higher for people who raced in it or not. Some of them are like pretty unaffected, but like it's not like too different, right? Like these are the number of positions it goes up or not. Or I don't know. This is like what position it would get if we only took these people into account. So Sun Sunrise actually it would get second place in fall 2024 rankings if we filtered out the people who raced in Pi. So you see like there's some variance, like you get like half a point, like there's actually a lot of positions right here. But like nothing compares at all to Midgard but Big but Pi, which like shoots up 40 positions for the people who raced in it, and lost 60 for the people who didn't race in it. And that was like, this whole sheet was just me looking at, hey, did people rate this fairly? Because like, I had a suspicion that some people just rated this based on like the Oink Oink version, that's like non-booty tills, that like, like not at all like balanced or anything, or like tuned like how I did for Pi, or adjusted like how I did for Pi. And I mean that I'm looking at this data, I'm like, this is like by far the highest difference, like 2 whole points, my guy. Look at this, like nothing even comes close. The highest is like 0.5, 0.6. Like this is like totally different. So I do feel like people like rated the track not correctly because they just didn't know the difference. Even though like I tried to tell them, hey, there's differences by the way. So that's how this happened. So we took that into account. So that's what the things in brackets are. 28G for the people. Wait, what? It was raced in Pi? Huh? Did we race this in Pi? Wait, what? Really? No, we didn't. What? Oh, maybe that's not right. Maybe. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, this was for Snowy Sunrise. This was a Snowy Sunrise. I think Snowy Sunrise was actually originally in the calendar. I guess. Let me swap it out. But we didn't swap out this. Like, 28G is not even on here. Like 28G. It's not even on here. But wait, no. This is that's the top people. This is so 28G. Same. Yeah. 28H. 28G isn't on here. Snowy Sunrise is 5th. I think we were initially gonna do it just to cater to the people, but then we're like, that's fucking dumb. And I'm glad we didn't do it, because people are kind of understanding now, hey, maybe it's not the best track, right? Maybe it's not that good. So yeah, this is wrong. I'm just gonna do with that. 2G wasn't even on the thing, so yeah, no. Mementos, we didn't race on Pi. Cyberworld 2, we didn't race on Pi. But like Brandheim, so like according to the people who raced it, was 12th, but according to the people who didn't race it, it was 3rd, right? Midgard with Big, according to people who raced it, it was 4th, right? And that's like one of like the things I use as evidence of like, hey, like we should use this. I'm gonna talk about it later. But yeah, so yeah. Summit. So I mean, like, how a giant list of tracks, like, and we went through and we're like, okay, so like, these are like the good ones, right? Like these were like on here, but like we moved them here for some reason. Like here's like next in line. I think Jolly put this in bench. I would have put this in like bench or void. I don't know why these are crossed out. These were for these were like we talked with like Lapis and the Coos and like we're like, yeah, okay, because we didn't want to tell them what the calendar was, but we were like, make suggestions for the tracks and like we'll let you know if it's okay or not. It was silly. It was honestly silly, but like these were the tracks you used for Pi, so that's why those are crossed out. But yeah, so like doing touring was on here. That's crazy. I probably put this one in void. I might have suggested this, but like Joy was like no, which is fair. Then these happened. Yeah, and then 28G. I don't remember the motivation behind 28G. I think it was just like this looks interesting, and no, sorry. It looks interesting, and like at the time, like 2818 and Glitch were like all over it. Like they're like, yeah, 28G. Like it's kind of like becoming like a meme. So I was like. And I thought people were like actually into the track, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, if people like it, then sure. It seems fine. Let's just do it, I guess. And it turns out it was very different than I thought. Like, it turns out some people didn't like it. And they're like, why did you include this? Like when we announced it, I was like, oh, okay, and shit, my fault. I thought people liked this track. What the fuck? And some people really like it, right? But some people don't. So yeah. Favorite and configuration works considered. I don't remember why we didn't use it. I probably just like checking out in configuration, because at the time I still thought it was like one of the best tracks. Like I thought it was like top 3 at the time or something like that. I still think it's good. I still think it's like overhated, but like, yeah, no. Instead of it, I don't know why. I think it was just kind of like it's okay, but like we have better options. I think. Yeah. So that's kind of broad. What do we do for TG quality? TG quality was quality flower. Hey, mid-guard circuit but backwards. So yeah, I made this track for something else, like a different project kind of thing. But I ended up not doing it, and then it was like laying around. It was like, you know what, we can use it. It's fine. It's like, I thought it was like, oh, it's an easy track. I didn't know about like the crazy wall taps, by the way. Like, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about like the off-road wall taps. That's cooked. I thought it was like, oh yeah, this is like an easier track. This will like cater to like the newer players. Give them the track they can actually like drive, right? Because we're giving them like fucking mid-guard circuit, like we're giving them mid-guard reverse. Like that's like, bro. We also gave everything code names, because like we were sharing the server with like you know, Lapis like phase on the server, but he also like is gonna be competitors. Like we had to like you had to give him code names. Yeah. So yeah, some of them were pretty funny. This CC Prototype 1 is our spot, by the way. Like, if you didn't know, like the track layout has been a thing for years. Let me hold on. Like, here's like my TC Prototype. Like, I can't wait to like leak shit. That's great. But like, this is what TC Prototype 1 looks like. It's basically the same thing as our spot, but like I add another like one of like these turn 6s right after. Like that's like basically the only change. This is still undecorated, right? Like this is like February 24th, 2024. Like this is like way predating Summit 1. Because Summit 1's like end of 2024, right? So like, yeah, like it's crazy that like this is on the list. And only just now have I like decorated it. It's crazy. Coconut Cove, that's insane. I really like teaching Coconut Cove. I found it really fun. It reminded me a lot of like Midgard Circuit for some reason. It's probably because of the tempo. Apparently we made a giant list. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh. You probably had a larger list, honestly, and then chopped it down to like these guys, and then chopped that down to these. Yeah. Oh, I was concerned. Oh, probably for waivers. And then eventually, like this is for based, so based. Albeit, I don't think I was thinking of the changes I made, because I made some changes to it on DNS. Schleiman track. Schleiman track for Summit. Schleiman track for Summit. Let's do it. It's good. I swear to God, you gotta actually drive it. It's actually good. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. But yeah, no, I think I was thinking of adjusting the track and stuff. This is all I wrote though. What the fuck? I think I was maybe thinking of removing the slime. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. These are just things that we listed for like things we wanted to keep in mind. But yeah, so it's Polymer's Valley, the thing, and then I was all in about like Midgar Reverse. I started driving it. I was like, holy shit, this is actually fire. Like, this is really hard, and like this is really push people. Obviously, Trinity. Like Trinity, of course, is really risky. It's crazy. We saw it in a ranked. I don't know how it went, but like it looks crazy. Like there's so much shit everywhere. This, I don't know why I think Jolly suggested it, maybe. No. And WCBA. We were concerned about, again, like what we learned with like the surge from All Stars. Like we didn't want noobs like falling off and like dying and then not being able to complete the track, right? So that's what we were concerned about. The thing is that we have actually like patched that. Like the version on Boat Labs like has barriers and stuff to catch people, so it should be good on that department now. But then, you know, I opened up the post and the Summit Discord, and you know, people are like, "It's so confusing." So that's cool. But yeah, so I mean, Polymer's Valley I expand. This I expand. Battle Cruiser was just like, it's okay. I think I was vying for Simon Track, but I don't think Jolly was into it. I think. It was like, this is fine. Like, I remember like the chicane being hard, and like you know, this track has been around for a while. It seems like a very noteworthy track, but hasn't been used for anything. And I was like, you know, yeah, I think it's a pretty good option. And then we use it, and people fucking hate it, of course. And then yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was really just chilling because I was like, yeah, this seems fine. That was like a consensus between me and Jolly. Craftyz didn't really like, he kind of left like most everything to us. Like if it was like media based, it was like, yeah, he's the guy, right? But if it was like choosing tracks or whatever, like he gave his thoughts a little bit, but like it was mostly up to me and Jolly. Yeah. So then, hold on, I need to see if Jolly's still on VC. Oh, he's not. Okay. Oh, he's VC for now. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So we went through a bunch of tracks. Yeah, it's a process, man. It's a real big process. Now we're just kind of like, we had a list. I'm not gonna show you the cheat sheet. I ain't showing you shit. No. But like, I think we went through like all TTs on like Frost Sex and Boat Labs. So I just like make a list and stuff before like we opened up the Summit server again and like made the TT quality like before we made like this thing, right? And before like we announced Summit too. Like we made our own list and stuff, and thoughts, but yeah, no. I think this process is probably a bit longer. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Let's talk about main season. So like, I'm already talking about 2AG and like how I was like, yeah, I thought everyone liked it. I thought it was a neat track. I thought people were like super into it. It turns out I was wrong. My bad. Sorry. Again, some people like it, but some people don't. I thought everyone liked it. Cyberworld 2 was like, just like a, well, I mean, everyone seems to rate it pretty highly. Like again, at the time, it was the highest rated track. Like, and it had been for years now. Like in BWC, it was rated the highest. In spring 2024, it was rated the highest. In fall 2024, it was rated the highest. So it has been consistently at the top. Now the after Summit, I think spring 2025 is like not top 3 anymore. Like it's like I think it's like 4th or something. But like at the time, it was still rated the first, right? And according to the top 10 drivers, it was 3rd. So it's been rated highly. We think it's a fine track. Let's use it, right? Mementos has been like rated highly, both by everyone and the top 10 drivers. I also think it's a good track. Let's use it. Brandheim, not rated nearly as highly, but I was like, this track's good. Like this track's like really good. Like we should use it. Like it's definitely like on Mementos level. So we should use it. So like and this is like one of the more risky tracks on paper because like 8, 9, and 12, like there's like 7 better tracks apparently. The 6-track calendar is like, bruh. I say risky, and then you look at Midgar, and it's like, oh, that's all right. Well, we'll get to that. Then there's Boingburg, and Boingburg was just like, man, god damn it, like it's. I was okay with using it because I thought that people were going to rage if it wasn't used. That was the main motivation behind my choice. And I think also maybe Jolly's. Maybe. Like, because I knew, like, PawnSkip would have ping stuff, right? And, like, you know, depending on the ping, it would change. I didn't, like, look into it that much. I knew it would change a little bit, but I didn't know, like, how much of it affected things. And then I started testing it, like, after we revealed we were going to do Wingberg, and I was like, oh, this actually sucks. This actually super fucking stupid. Why did I not test this beforehand? What the fuck was I, like, bruh. I think that's how it happened. Like, I knew that PawnSkip was, like, stupid as fuck. I also knew, like, just the fact that you have, like, command blocks, like, and, like a item that, like, you use external to the track, like it's like you're adding like a Mario Kart item kind of to like the track, like what, like but I was like, if people like it and we're gonna get flamed for not using it, then I guess we can use. I think they're probably gonna be way more happy with this than Celtic Ocean, so like fuck it, I guess. Or way more happy with this than like Northern Water Tribe. And I think Northern Water Tribe was chosen for quality because like I wasn't too confident in it, and like it was like, no, it was because no, sorry, I said no to Northern Water Tribe in main season because we were gonna use Cyberworld 2 and Boingburg, and Boingburg had like Pawnskip and Cyberworld 2 had Cyberworld gimmick, and this track just has both of them, and like, it doesn't really offer much else. So it's like, we're gonna have both of the gimmicks in Northern Water Tribe in the main season, and it just doesn't feel like it offers much else, so it may as well like not use it in main season and then use it in quality race, because it worked fine. I think it's a good, I thought it was a really good track back then, and I was like, but like, you know, we probably shouldn't use it for like main season because we're already using these two. That was the idea behind using on the Water Tribe in quality. Yeah. And then there's Midgar. Midgar was fucking crazy because I don't think they believed me for like Jolly and Craft. Like I was telling Jolly and Craftyz, like, bro, I got this. Just leave it to me. I have a vision, and this is gonna be like, I got this. Like, you gotta believe me. Like at the time, like the track was not finished, right? Like, let me see if I can pull up the. Hold on, let me. Yeah, so like the track was not at all like done. And I was like, I was showing them like, hey, there's like Midgar Big Pie, but I'm gonna like adjust it and stuff and make it better and like majorly overhaul part of the track, right? And then they were like, I guess. and like they're like, okay, fine, we'll like trust you, and like we'll do it, because I was like really pushing, right? And like it's on paper fucking crazy to do this. Like, not only that, as the finale track, that's like insane. It's a track rated 43rd, by the way. Like, everything else is top 10. Like, you got 1, 2, 3, 8, I guess, and then 43rd. That's fucking insane. There's so many other tracks. There's Greaser, the Northern Water Tribe, Finite, Cosmic Ocean even. But like, I was like, no. Trust me, I got this. On paper, it's so fucking stupid. I didn't even know the lap time yet. Lap time is still to be decided. But we got Midgar Remake, and I think that was a smashing success, right? Like clearly it worked. One thing, Craftyz was like, the decoration sucks. Like, you need to change the decoration to Midgar but big. And I was like, that's fair. Because he's a content guy, like, if it's gonna look bad on the videos, like, that's a fair, like, thing for him to point out. And then I started thinking, wait a second, I can make it look like the actual remake game, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because, like, let me, like, it's not, like, the most accurate comparison, but, like, for example, this is, like, Midgar Remake, this is, like, Remake on, like, the left, and on the right is, like, the original. Like, this is, like, what the original looks like somewhere else. Like, it's not very, or, like, it's not just that. It's, like, just, like, Midgar Circuit, it just does not look good. Like, TT Midgar, like, Circuit Blue. It does not look good. It looks like shit, right? And, like, upscaled, like, everything upscaled by 2 for Midgar but big looks also shit, right? So, like, but I started thinking, wait, I can make it look like this. Like, FF7 Remake looks phenomenal. Like, I can make it look really good. Like, I can make, like, is it on here? Okay. Like, I can actually, like, not only that, like, the fact, this track, this decoration, was not made by me. This is a map made like way long, like over 10 years ago. It had like modded blocks that like were replaced by like dirt path. So you use like dirt path in some places. Like those were modded blocks that like I think I actually cleaned it up quite a bit. But like they like dirt path like here. Like this isn't right. Like, I didn't make this decoration. I can't claim this as my own. I do feel like I kind of pirated, like, I didn't ask for consent. I didn't ask for consent for them to use, like, for me to use this. I don't even know if, like, they're okay with, like, because some map makers are like, hey, do not repost, do not use this, like, for anything without my permission. Like, do not put this on servers, do not, like, build on it and, like, claim it as your own. Like, so, like, I've felt, you know, for years now, at this point, like, one of my favorite tracks I've made is, like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to use it. Like this is like, bruh. So, like, I can finally make a Midgar with this kind of, like, layout and stuff, but, like, make it my own. And then I did. And I worked really hard, because I have this uncanny love for FF7. If you couldn't tell, like, by a gajillion Midgar tracks. So, like, I spent so much effort and time on making everything look good, and I think it turned out really well, and I think, like, this track is phenomenal. But it's just, like, so you can thank Craftyz for that. Like, he's the one who put the idea in my head of, like, hey, I could redecorate it. Because I wasn't going to initially. Maybe, like, a little bit of changes, because, like, I was fucking shit up, like, like, I put, like, this, like, whole straightaway was, like, you're supposed to, like, it was just weird. So, like, this killed decoration, and, like, it's, like, right where? Right here? No, sorry, here. I was like, go this way, and then go on the ground, and, like, it fucked shit up. But yeah, so like, using Craftyz for this even happening, I guess. Thank you, Craftyz. Thank you. But yeah, so then I didn't work on WLC plugin for like 4 months or something like that. But yeah, that's just like, it's the fact that we did this. It's honestly crazy. Like, I know I'm the one who pushed. I know I'm the one who like pushed for this. But like, it's on paper. It's actually fucking insane that this happened. So yeah. That was making a remake. And then there's these. I already talked about Another Water Tribe. Like, again, at the time I thought it was like a top 5 track or something. I thought it was really good. But again, like Cerebral 2 and Blankberg is like, these are already like offering like Cerebral Gimmick and Pod Skip. It was like, this didn't feel like it offered enough beyond that. Because like, it's not like particularly difficult of a track. It's not like Boat Utils like makes it like, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, that's a new thing it offers. It has boat utils. It's like, no, it doesn't, like, it's not like a special thing it offers. It has it, but like, it's not like, oh yeah, like that's something like a huge touching point of the track, or huge selling point or whatever. And then there's Rogerson. I think that was like, it's a good track. It's rated pretty well, like 13th, which is fine. And if you take away the top 10 drivers, it actually gets 5th, which is pretty good. And it's also pretty similar to Boingberg, with like the playable things, or like, I mean, the thing about qualifying is like, you're supposed to be testing your drivers, to see how good they are. But like, you know, if you're testing them, imagine if you had you like drive the Citadel Void for like Summit. Like sure, it's really hard, and you know, sure, like the pace differences would be insane. But like, you're not going to be driving any track like that in the main season, right? So like, it makes sense to test drivers. At least, like, at the very least, for qualifying races, for similar tracks to what you're going to use. Yeah, so, like, it makes sense, like, seeing how people would interact with, like, a thing like the slime ball gimmick on Bloomberg. So, a very similar thing with, like, the Rogerson, the clay ball thing, right? And having a slime ball gimmick, right? And stuff like that. So, that's where that was used. And Greece Arena, like, that's my bad. I was like, I can make a, so the idea was like, it's not a bad track. It got 6th in like the rankings, 10 with top 10 drivers, and like, you know, for the people who raced on it in Pi, it actually got 4th. Which is, or like, you know, it would get 4th, which is pretty good. You know, it's like, it's not an easy track, like this part's difficult. You got like a split at the end was pretty difficult, like right here. It's pretty difficult, and Lapis is balancing on this for Pi, so the split route should be pretty balanced. At least that was the idea. Yeah, it's like a pretty highly rated track overall. It could be used, right? And like, the big thing for me was like, well, there's no overtaking mechanic, right? It's kind of difficult and stuff, sure, it's highly rated, sure, but there's no overtaking mechanic, and that was like the largest thing for me back then. And it kind of still is for me right now. So I was like, here, let me add a boat tap. So let me make it so you have to like drive a very specific line, so that like you have specific velocity, so people can boat tap you. It did not work at all. I don't think anyone boat tapped. Maybe someone, maybe once. Did they stick it? Probably not. Like, so that's my fault. Sorry about that. We also did add bump control here, which probably helped quite a bit. There's also no wall tap here. But yeah, I mean, the main thing that just sticks out to me is like, I tried to give the a boat tap, but failed, and like, ow, sorry, like, I suck at track building, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of how that happened. Again, it was rated 6th, 4 for the Pi people. So yeah, and like, we had other options. We actually were considering bringing back Halo because we thought it'd be sick. But like, it's like the marginal value was not like rated very highly. You also could just use speed of 52, right? But like, it also is like, this is other options that were more appealing anyway. Alcohol is okay, but it's like, I'm not the biggest fan of the track. Like, I don't think it's like that good for this context. Maybe for qualifying race. Like, again, like in Summit 2, I mentioned, hey, this, like, Alcohol RV might be pretty good for like qualifying, maybe. What are your thoughts on that, right? But not for main season. some of the parts could be fine, but we also like have other tracks that are probably better. Probably the same thing from Finibit. But in Concentration, like, again, I probably thought it was like a top 5 track or something, but like, it's like, we're too chicken to actually fucking use it, because like, we were just like, the backlash is gonna be insane, because people fucking hate the track. I'm like, bruh, it's been like 2 years since All-Stars, and people still fucking hate the track. I'm like, bruh. Like, I understand, like, some of it is like, oh yeah, the track is really thin, the purple section and stuff, but like, surely a lot of the bias has gotta be from like how All-Stars, like, because if you didn't know, like, the All-Stars race, first off, it was blind, so like, they were thrown into a track they didn't know, and like, purple part's hard, so their egos are shattered, and then like, the biggest thing was the chunks not loading very well, and that was just because I didn't, like, I put like light blocks, like, all the air was light blocks, because I didn't know how to like, coat things in light blocks yet. So that, I think, hurt chunk issues a lot. That compounded again with like finding the pit lane on the plate. If the chunks just didn't load, you didn't even know if you like knew where it was. You just couldn't see where you were. So that was, yeah, pretty shit. Yeah, so like, the overall experience, I think, with their first interactions with the track was pretty bad. So like, it makes sense that they would not like it from that. But guys, it's been like 2 years. Like, I still think people like are like just don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's something I need to talk about right now, though. Well, I guess I could. Yeah. Meh. Okay. I think that's it. I love yapping. Ooh. I guess I'm gonna talk about the order. Main Big was put in the back because 1, I thought it was gonna be good. 2, I needed as much time as possible to actually finish it. Like, I was stressing so much. I actually was like, Craftyz, Jolly, like, what do you think about like pushing it back a week? And they're like, no! And because like, you know, it's like, which, to be fair, like, you know, people like might be like putting in, or like might have like reserved their, like, you know, taking time off work. And I think some people actually kind of did. To be there and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. In the end, I really didn't need it. Although, albeit, I think it's probably because like, it's like topped out a lot on the launcher. Like the last few things I did on the track were like not good quality at all. Like, the launcher is just like, bruh, it's actually just like, there's just nothing going on here. Like, it's just rocks. Like, there's supposed to be like all kinds of like trash and shit. Like, I could have done like cranes that tipped over, like rusted cranes and like broken down machinery and gears and like all sorts of like different like just junk, but instead I just did this and like that's it. Like, there are these kinds of rocks or like these rocks don't even like match. Like the texture is just not even correct. Like, the launcher is so not good. Like, the church isn't bad, but like there's like no texture. Like, it's all the stone brick. The back does not look good. It's like, what's up with the windows back here, bro? The launcher is pretty fucking bad. So I think that might be why I had a bit of extra time at the end. Like, I was like midway through building it, I was like barely on pace, right? So I didn't think I was gonna make it. I was putting in a hell of time. But yeah. What was I talking about? But I'm glad we did it. Yeah, so that's why I had to be at the end. Like, that's like another big reason. It's just, I just needed more time to, like, I needed as much time as I could, because I was like, I'm going hard on the decoration, right? Boydenberg was 5th? What? Wait, really? What? Is that right? What? Announcement, it's a remake. It was 5th. What the hell? Huh. So, okay. Boydenberg, Mentos Bloom, and Cyberworld 2 were like the top 3 rated tracks consistently for years, right? Like, in the VMC rankings, and like the fall 2024 and the spring 2024. And they were rated like the top 3. They've been rated top 3 for a long time. So I was like, I kind of want to spread them out as much as I could. I would have thought that I would have put like Mementos Blue like 5th or something, but like, huh. Okay, well. And also separate 2AG and Boingburg a bit, just because they're both pretty reliant on like command block stuff that is like weird stuff that like does like Boingburg plays on like any other track. Like it's really like this is the slime block thing. Well, okay, well, I guess maybe not on like any other track. Well, okay, like it has short like pawn skip and the slime ball thing. Like Rogueson has slime ball clay ball thing, and like other tracks have shortcuts, but like having both and like pawn skip being that like polarizing, like how much time you gain or lose is like insane. So I think it does play a bit on any other track probably, but it's like 2AG also is like having like this weird added mechanic of DRS, right? I say weird, but it's like different, like added on to boat racing. Like it's like a boat tap, that's boat racing. A Cyberboard gimmick, that's boat racing. But like a pig stop is a pig stop like boat. That's like clicking. You know, like a Cyberboard gimmick, at least like it's about positioning your boat and stuff. Same with like a boat tap, but like. Okay, well, TRS is like, it is, but like, it's like, reliant on command blocks. I'm not explaining this very well. But like, it's like, to me, like, they're similar because of like the command block stuff, and like, just like, what the command blocks do. So I was like, yeah, we can probably split them up a bit, just to like, not put them back to back, and then like, have these like, similar tracks that like, might make people mad. Or like, you know, if someone hates 2AG for the command blocks, then like playing Boingburg right afterwards would not make them happy, you know. Honestly, we probably could have swapped Brandham and Boingburg. I think Brandheim, like, I think Starbolt 2, 1, Mementos 3, Brandheim 5 would have been good. But, oh well. It might also just been because, like, whatever server we wanted to host it on. Like, I don't think Boat Labs wanted command blocks. I think that's what it was. I think, like, we didn't want command blocks on Boat Labs. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's that for order. I'm not going to go back to the other ones to talk about order. I'm not going to do that. I think that's it. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Craftyz was actually, he was like, guys, we should use Mid-City instead of Mementos Blue. And Joy and I were like, what? Because, like, to be fair, Mid-City is really well decorated. And it has a cyber gimmick, sure. But, like, it's what, like a minute 40 or something? It's like we could. It's not like a terrible track, we could use it. But, like, Mementos Blue has been rated second. Like, consistently. Like, and it's, like, consistently a high-rated track. And, like, I just find it funny that, like, he suggested Mementos, like, he suggested Mid-City or Mementos, and, like, Mementos ended up, like, getting, like, really high-rated in, the Spring 2025 thing. And again, like, the Spring 2025 rankings, might be up there because of, like, 5 of the top 6 for, like, Summit, and I think that's probably because they're a Summit. It's not like, I think they're boosted because of Summit, right? Like, sure. But even then, it's like, Mementos had already been, like a top 3 track for, like, years. So I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah. Otherwise, I think that's about it. Yeah. That is a long recording. That's crazy. Let's go see what Jolly was doing at Spawn. I thought I just deleted, like, the whole thing. I think, what the fuck. Okay, I guess there's not chickens everywhere. That's good. Okay, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Laser Podcast. I hope Blipdash is happy. He has a 2-hour recording to watch. Let's go. Yeah, I don't... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. I don't have a real plan on like what things I'm gonna do. I think I want like thinking of doing like the IBR history one, but I'm gonna be real. I don't have the best. I'm gonna. Oh! I don't have the best memory. So like I was thinking like do like a DNS like podcast kind of thing, because like Lapis and Jolly like have a lot better memory and like remember a lot more, and like because I don't know what the hell I even like I was not really involved with MRA. I don't even know what happened with that, and it's just stuff like that. So like we always like have like a document we're kind of working on. I don't want to make any promises, by the way. Like we might not do it, but like I mean, I don't know if they want to, maybe we'll do it or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't have any real plans on like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this video. I kind of just saw what Omega Miz said today as I was like rereading through the forum, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and I can probably do that. And then went on my run and started thinking about it on my run, and I was like, yeah, okay, I can talk about this and this and this and this and this, and yeah, okay, cool, let's do it. So that's how that happened. So yeah, like I don't know, like I don't have any real big plans on like what I want to talk about, but yeah. Oh, we'll see. Alright, that's it. I hope that was enjoyable. We'll see how Summit 2 goes. Please give us your feedback on track, like in this and this and this. Please give us your feedback. When this is the first time that like there's been like so much like I don't think we've ever like done something like this for a Winter League where like we like actually ask directly and like make forums and stuff like that. Like I don't think so. So like this is your chance, guys. Like you guys gotta like seize this opportunity. Like you give us like let us know what you think. And like, again, like well, I don't. This is what it's turned into. Just because the track gets well rated does not mean that like we're gonna use it, but like it's still like really good to know. Like for example, like WLCBA, that was like one of my top choices for TC quality, but I don't even know if we're gonna use it anymore because like people were just like, no, and I was like, oh okay, like bro, 12 downvotes, bro, and there's 6 upvotes, sure, like one of them is me though. Like it's one of my top choices. It's hard, it's fun. I thought it was a good track, but you know, so like stuff like that, it's good to know. So, please interact. Please give us your thoughts. Please suggest other tracks as well. Like, we haven't had many tracks suggested yet. Like, it's been kind of stale for, like, a week or so. So, yeah. It'd be cool if you had any tracks in mind that you see there aren't posts for. You can just make a post. It's really easy. Okay. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.